Okay, in this video I'm gonna talk a little bit about how you can digitize this. There are always different options with digitizing, and with a lot of designs we will go and use the trace bitmap. Well, the trace bitmap for this image is also possible, and I'll show you a few of the reasons why I would recommend almost not to use the trace bitmap on this one. But Inkscape has got also other tools available to us. So as you can see in the layers and objects panel, the only thing is I have this image. So if I'm then gonna go path, trace bitmap, and I can go here with the colors, and let's go this route and let's see what happens, and we'll go and apply, and let's see what do we get. I can remove the white background and I'll delete that one, and now I'm gonna go and click here on the yellow, and now I'm going to the node select tool, and you can see I have only the yellow one selected. I'll drag it out of the way, and as you can see there is a yellow object, and here on the bottom are two yellow objects. So in the select it appears to be okay at first sight, but we can see that the box around it is way bigger. So now we go to the node select tool, and we can see there are a lot of random nodes, and they all would need cleaning up. If you run into something with that you have to clean up some of these nodes, you can drag a rectangular box around them and delete them. But if you have specific nodes what you need to delete, if you press the Alt key and you're holding down the Alt key, then you can draw a line around the nodes you want. So if there are specific nodes you want to delete, then you can go and draw around them and press the delete key. So, or there is an option, if you have the Control Alt, then press on a node, it will also delete a node. But here you can see there are a lot of extra nodes, so this would take a lot of time to go and get this cleaned up. So what other options are there? Well, let's go and delete this, because we see that there is a lot of time wasted on cleaning this up. So we go and delete everything again, and now we're back to the image. So the image is now selected again, and we go to the trace bitmap again, and now we can go to the single scan, and because of it is not a really bright image, we will have to increase the value on the threshold to get a single scan image, and then we can go and apply. But we can work with an image like this, but we still have a lot of breaking apart where the flower is and where the green is. So this still would take a fair bit of time to go and clean that up. So I don't like this either. Then what I did is there is another option, and Inkscape has got always options. I first wanted to go and darken the image a little bit because it is a little bit pale for the next purpose. And what I will do here is I will create a rectangle just within the white borders, or what you can do is snap it to the corners, but I just want to go and have the design itself selected. Then I will go and give that rectangle a black fill, and I'll turn off the stroke, or the stroke could be left, but I just want to have a black one. And then I will go and select my rectangle, and I'm gonna go to the blend modes, and I will go and make that an overlay. I don't know if you can really see the difference, but let me see here. Here you can see, like now I'm sliding the black rectangle over, and now you can see the difference in the color what I'm ending up. So how much brighter the green is, and here the red and the yellows, they are quite a bit brighter. So I'll leave that in that aspect. And sometimes what you can do is even use multiple layers on changing some of the colors, but I think this is sufficient for this one. So then what I will do is I will select everything, and then I go edit, make a bitmap copy, and now I have a bitmap copy of an image, and I can delete the other two, and now I can go and work with this one. Okay, then we have a few things where we have to look at also. We see all these leaves, they are all basically the same shape. So why should we go and digitize each individually? Why don't we go and digitize only one? So that is what my focus is, and that is the same with one of these flowers. Only go and digitize one flower, and then we can make copies and place them onto the other one. So now what tool would I be using? Let's go and first do a leaf. So I'm gonna go and select here a large leaf and zoom in a fair bit, and now I'm gonna go to my fill bucket. And my fill bucket, I have my tools all set at the last used setting. So yours sometimes may behave different. And what I will do is first press the escape for a moment, make sure that I'm deselecting. Now I will go and set my fill color, and I want to make sure I have no stroke. So now I'm selecting my paint bucket, and here in the top right corner I can see that my tool has got only a fill applied. And then fill by visible colors. You want to have that selected here. The threshold, that will depend on the quality of your image, and the more you can zoom in on it, the better your results will be. And the grow shrink, I don't want to have that too much. Let's go only a 0.1. And the threshold you may have to play with. So I got mine set here at 6, and I will go and give it a fill, and I can see still some green on the around the edges, so I could go and change it. So I'm gonna go and undo it, and I can increase my grow and shrink, and the amount that is here in millimeters, or you can use pixels or inches or picas, whatever you prefer, and then go and retry, and well, could even go slightly bigger, but that doesn't really matter. So now I have the one leaf, and now I will go and convert this into a satin. So now I'm gonna go to my, I first have to go escape again, so I can set up my pencil tool with the right properties, and I want a stroke and no fill. And now I will go select my pencil tool, and as you can see here in the top right corner again, my tool has got only a stroke applied. Now I will go and decide how I'm gonna go and make my satin. So there is my first one. I'm holding down the shift key, and I want to extend this one a little bit, and I can make afterwards, I can make a minor adjustment. So when I want to extend the rails a little bit over here, and this is gonna be a rung because this node is outside of the filled shape. And now I'm gonna go and create my so I zoom in a little extra so that my node is placed in the proper place. Then I want to go and make a bridge here that I'm going all the way, and depends where I want to intersect again and where I want my rungs to be. So this way I went outside again, so this one should come all the way up to this end, and this one I could change. I could go and change this one, that way I'm getting my overlap into the other satin. Now I will press the have my mouse fairly close to one of the lines, press the space bar and press the shift, and then I'm gonna go open my extension gallery, and then go select the fill to satin and click run, and I will apply all three of the undersewing and a little bit of pull compensation, and go hit apply. And there you can see now both of the satin columns have been created, and they will be in a group. Now I can go into node mode and make a few minor adjustments if I so desire, and then I can go to my satin group. Now I can go and extension ink stitch into the params, and now I can go and make an adjustment on my spacing if I so desire. I forgot only one thing. I did not go and resize everything yet, so I should go and do that, because that'll make a difference on where the jumps are. As you can see here, here is a jump. In a way, it shouldn't really be a jump, but that is because I did not make an adjustment to the size of my image. So I'll go, my preferred setting is 0.3 on the zigzag spacing, and the short stitch distance, my preferred setting is the 0.2. And then I will go and also, when I use the zigzag, I like to put in a maximum stitch length, and you can go anywhere between 3 and 4. So let's make that a 3, and then we go apply and quit. So now I should go and first check what the size, or I could do it afterwards too. And as you can see, it's really big. So let's make it 4 in a 4x4 hoop. And there we go. Now it is adjusted. So then I will deselect the image, and I should lock the image in place. Now I can select my satin group. So all the sewing attributes have been applied now. Now what I will do is, so the satin group is selected, and now I will go to the spray tool. And now you can see there my spray tool is showing the same leaf. So now I can, and that is spray clones of the initial selection. So you want to make sure, let's see here. So we can go here also. You can go spray the copy of the leaf. So now I will go and place my spray tool, and I can see the leaf, and I'll click once there, and now move around the screen a little bit, click once there, and afterwards we may have to reorganize them for a moment. But there you can see, now I have all my leaves are created. Now I will go to the select tool, and now I can zoom in to my next one, and I can go and rotate this one, and I can flip it horizontally, vertically, and rotate it a little more. I can drag it over a little. There, that is close enough for that one. And here, double or a second click, that gives the rotation handles. And there, now we can go and size it. make it a little bigger, and if I want I can stretch it a little, and there you can see, there you have it, just like that. You're really close to where you want to be, and that little bit of the difference what we see here with the image won't make a difference in your end result of the design. So that is how you go about all your leaves. I'm not gonna go and place them all in the right angle and whatnot, because I like to show you how to go about for one of the flowers, and that to a certain point is about the same. But so now I'm going back to my bucket tool and I'm checking. So I first have to make sure that I use the escape again, that nothing is selected on the design. Then I go and set my fill color, and I'm turning off the stroke by clicking the appropriate mouse buttons, and then I'm going to my paint bucket tool, and there I have my outer flower. But what I'm gonna do is, for this purpose, I also apply the center. Now there are two objects, so I go to select and I select both of them, and I will go and path union. And the reason for that is for the creation of my satin columns, that will work a little better. And then afterwards we can easily create a little circle on top again. So then we go, now we go back, escape again. We go to our setting for the next tool again, and I'm gonna go to my pencil tool, and here you again double check your setting here in the top right, and now we can start creating our rungs again, and I'm holding down always the shift key, and there we're gonna go and make a bridge and extend that one, and here, and we make one there, and we have to be a little bit cautious sometimes where we're placing the rails. But also after the creation of the satin columns, it is quite easy, and we can manipulate a few of the nodes. And I think I'm properly covered. So now I press the space bar again, hold down the shift key, select the fill object, go to the extension gallery, fill to satin, and hit the run. And here I think I only want a contour and the center, and then we hit apply, and then we close, and there you can see now we can quite easy, we can go and manipulate a few of the nodes, and as you can see we are pretty well covering over top of the circle, but we can just do that and extend a few of the nodes, so we don't, this way we don't have to create and draw everything out with the paint bucket. Makes it so much easier. And the fill to satin, that's an awesome tool where we can work with now. So now you can see all the satins, they are covering up here in the center. And then what we can do is, so I'm going here to the center, Control Shift, and I can draw a perfect circle, and holding down the Control Shift, that will draw from the center. So that is why I went and put a mouse in the center. Then I can go Path, Object to Path, and then Node Select, and select those two nodes, split at node, and I'll go and path. So I selected one path segment and then go path reverse, and then I can go and extension ink stitch params, and here we will get the running stitch along the path. So depending on what kind of fills you want, that is even the other satins. I'll show you in a moment something else what can be done. But here we go, custom satin column, and we set our contour, and that's good enough. Apply and quit. So now we have our whole object is created, and let's see here what is, yeah, this is the satin group. So you can go and name here the groups if you so desire. So that's the red flower, and what you can do is, for that matter, put this one inside there too. That is all up to you. The reorganizing, that can always be done later also, but now, oh, I better go select both of them. And okay, now they are both selected. Now I will go to the spray can again, and we zoom out, and there, one click of the button. Oh, it should. Okay. Something did not. Okay. Probably what needs to happen, because it should work properly, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna group these two first. If we group those, then I think we are gonna have less of an issue. So now it is selected. Why is it not? So that is selected, and now we go to spray can. Let's see. Okay, I did not have it selected on the screen, I guess, and that was giving the issue. So now one click, and there a click, and there we have all the flowers are done. And now we can easily go in here and we can change the color. Let me see here. Oh, no. What did we do now? Okay. I'll have to undo a few because it created the clones. Let's try it once more. No, not I gotta go to the spray can again. Okay, we have to make sure here that we're on the spray copies of the initial selection, because if you're making a clone, then you have to release the clone in order to make changes to the colors. But as a copy, now it becomes quite a bit easier to go and change the color. And let's make them purple. There you can see I made that one a purple. Here now the first group is selected. Now I have the next group selected. I'll make that one yellow. So there you can see that you can just do that and you can change the color of each individual flower. And the circle, you can just do that and you can change the color on it. I'm just using here some random colors just to show how quick that can be done. So then basically all what is left is start doing this flower, and you would use the same principle, and then the same with these. Also use the paint bucket. First the escape. Make sure that you have the proper settings for fill tool, and I'm gonna, no, not a stroke. I don't want a stroke. I want a fill. Now I'm gonna go to my paint bucket, and there you can see only a fill is set, and I like to zoom in to the whole object as much as possible to get the good result. And there we just do that, we have our part of the stem or a leaf, whatever it may be. And then we can just do that, and we can convert that one to a satin also. And we go to the, again, deselect, set the stroke, set the fill, and we go and create on a part like this. All you need is 2 rungs, but it is always recommended to go and have an uneven number of rungs so that ink stage does not get confused. So then spacebar, select the rungs, shift, select the light green, and we go to the gallery, fill to satin, and run and apply. And there we have the satin. Okay, and then here the same thing. We have to make here on the intersection, then you have to make the little bridges again. What is fairly simple to be done. Here with the paint bucket, so first escape for a moment, and I'm setting my fill, turning off the stroke, go to my paint bucket, And there you can see I have in one click, I have all my green I want. I want to show you, because this flower was a little bit in the way and there was a line segment located there already, so the paint bucket will not fill in that piece. So then the best thing is just go and move over your flower for a second, select that one, and all you need to do is select here a few of your nodes, and you can just like that extend a few of the nodes to cover that. And then to make the satin, that is exactly the same again. Deselect, set my stroke. I'm gonna use here red, and turn off fill. I like to use always a fairly distinct different color for creating my rungs. Then it is easier visible. And here it takes a little bit of getting the hang of it, but once you get in the hang of it, then it becomes fairly simple. And I like to have, that depends also how far do you want to run your satins and how much of an overlap do you want to give. But once you get in the hang of it, creating these rungs and bridges goes pretty quick. There. And one toward the end. And I'm gonna go here. Make sure I have my overlap, because you also have to be considerate with the push and a pull. So like this would become a pushing of the stitches, and the one this direction, that would become a pulling of the stitches. And here we have another bridge what gets created. Oh, I want to be too quick. And maybe not as accurate as I should have zoomed in a little bit more, but okay, there we should have it. And then okay, it is selected, or did I make a mistake? Well, we'll find out in a hurry. And run and apply and close. No, it's they are all created, and as you can see, in a matter of a few minutes we have a lot of these satins are created. And we could sometimes the stroke width is a little bit annoying, but it is for a video, it is kind of nice that it is fairly wide. That way it becomes good visible for you also. Okay, I hope that This gives you lots of information and some new tips and tricks on how you can digitize something. And let's go and select everything for a moment. And there will be lots of jumps, but it is not completely finished digitizing. But this is all to show you on the aspects of how you can manipulate things, move things around. And as you can see, there's a lot of parts and pieces what have been created here in a matter of a few minutes time. Okay, I hope this is a helpful video for you, and give me feedback and uh, let me know what kind of other videos you would like to see. Okay, thanks for watching and have fun digitizing.